the fuck is up, YouTube? This is Ghelmss here, and I'm bringing you a Standard OU battle, and I'm leading off with my Latios because I saw that he didn't have anything that like specs on his team, and he leads off with a Snorlax, and I was just thinking he would probably switch in something else, so I just went for the trick because why not? And he stays in and goes for the curse, so I know that he will switch out right now, so I just Draco on the switch, and in comes the Swampert, and it takes over half. It would get 2-hit KO'd even after this special attack drop, but for some reason I don't go for the Draco and switch in my Mew, as he goes for the Stealth Rocks. I don't really remember why. I maybe didn't want to risk him living, or I'm missing the Draco, so I just go for my own rocks, and he goes for a Waterfall, and this makes me think that he is the standard Waterfall Ice Beam set, so I just Willow Wisp him because if he's gonna Waterfall it ain't gonna do anything, and he doesn't have any sort of reliable recovery move except for Rest, but no one runs Rest. So he roars me and I get into my Dragonite, and I'm afraid of the Ice Beam, but turns out he doesn't have it, and I just switch into my Resist Scizor, the Steel type, for no reason, and he just roars me away. And I get into my Politoed, which happens to be Scarfed, so I'll just finish that Swampert off with a Hydro Pump, because why not? Stab Rain boosted, ain't gonna survive. So now comes in Zapdos, and I know for a fact that Zapdos cannot take Rain boosted Hydro Pump from that range, but I miss, and turns out he's some sort of offensive Zapdos. And you might think that why is he using so many UUs, but he is using also Dragonite, so this isn't unfair. I gave him the chance. So now I misclicked and Psychicked because I was doing something, I don't know why, and that cost me because he survives after the Life Orb and gets a crit para Thunderbolt. So now I predict the obvious roost, and I just go for Draco, and I know it will kill, and will get an unnecessary critical hit, and you saw from the psychic damage it didn't matter at all. So now he brings in his Snorlax, which is spexed because I tricked it, and I'm still faster than him even though I'm -2. I still tried to attack, but I get fully parried. And now I'm gonna send in my Mew, because if I can burn this, it will totally shut down his Snorlax, and he can't do anything. Nothing at all. So now I'm gonna send in my Toxicroak to bluff that I would set up, because I know from the team preview that he had a Dragonite, and if he was any kind of a good player, he would switch into Dragonite this turn. So I double switch back into my Mew because I have Ice Beam, and he just stays in and Body Slam, and to put insult on injury, so I get parried. No! And now he switches out into a Self, and I go for Ice Beam or Thunderbolt, I don't care because I get fully parried. And I don't really know what Aselfs do because I haven't seen them since Gen 4, and yeah, so I thought it would be a Psychic or a Shadow Ball or Thunderbolt. I knew that I would live it, and turns out that he tricked me, and I got the Scarf, and I didn't know he was still outspeed me, so I misplayed and stayed in and U-turned, but turns out he didn't make so much of a good play, and he tricked back my band, which is very beneficial for me because it allows me to clean up the rest of his team after this. He brings up his Machamp, and I don't want anything to become confused or take a Stone Edge, so I just Dragon Claw for damage and let this Dragonite die. And after that, pretty much it's gonna be a Scizor cleanup. He doesn't have anything really to take. His only guy is Dragonite, and I already laid up Rock, so the multi-scale is gonna break. But here I see it's some kind of a bulky set because it didn't die from my Choice Banded Bullet Punch, but it just might be that Choice Banded Bullet Punch won't kill from that range anyways. I'm not so sure. I think it doesn't kill, but now I see he goes for Surf some reason. I mean, he isn't running Rain or anything, so I think it's kind of redundant. And now that he's dead, he brings on his last guy, which is a Snorlax, and that ain't gonna do shit, so he died, and that's the battle.